On today's edition of Turneround's Theory, we're going to watch another video, this time about 19 women going off on these modern women. Plus, I'll give you another free theoretical thought like I always do. So join me for another edition of Turneround's Theory, coming up next only on YouTube. Did I hear correctly? These 19 women going off on these modern women? If you'll stick around for another edition of Turnaround's Theory, coming up in just a moment, we're going to watch this video and we're going to figure out why these 19 young women are going off on these modern women. And of course, your boy going to give you another free theoretical thought as I always do. Fellas, as I often say to you all, y'all should often be knowing my saying, and y'all should often be knowing the drill. So why don't y'all grab a quick snack and come on back, because y'all just might learn something. 19 women going off on these modern women, young as they are. In any event, Turnaround's Theory starts now. Roll the intro. What is up, everybody? Again, it's your boy, Mr. Turnaround, aka Tenacious T, and welcome back to another exciting edition of Turnaround's Theory only on my YouTube channel. This is the actual platform of where I normally give the fellas just like you a free theoretical thought on just about anything. Hey, listen, for those of y'all that are just tuning into this edition of Turnaround's Theory on my YouTube channel, I want to personally welcome you. And if you are, in fact, a returning subscriber, hey, welcome back. As a constant daily reminder, I want to remind you to please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my official YouTube channel. It would, in fact, help out, and it will be beneficial for the YouTube algorithm. And please don't forget to click on that post notification bell, because you, my friends, will instantly be notified every single time the boy posts up and upload more additional content onto the channel. Please be sure to follow me on all social media sites. There is a link provided in the description box below. If you also want to contribute to my YouTube channel through PayPal, there is also going to be a link provided in the description box below as well. Please be sure to use the hashtag Team Turnaround that you see on your screen, because that lets me know personally that not only you're watching another edition of Turnaround's Theory, but it just goes to show that you are indeed supporting my channel in terms of the content that I post up, and I might send you a shout out right back. I do hope and pray that I have covered everything within this matter, and with that being said, let's jump on over into another edition of Turnaround's Theory.
Hey, this is Raul of Please Act Right. Let's do something a little different in this video. Let's have 19 logical thinking women put these modern day independent thinking women in their place. Let's see which one is the best. Number 1.
I keep telling women, you only pick the men that you open your legs to. You do not pick the man that goes down on one knee. You don't. So you can make your choices and be free-willed and live up your best city girl life all you want, yeah? But at the end of it, you're not the one that's going to choose whether you're worth to be married or not. So I suggest you actually listen to men when they say what they want to marry.
And of course, we know they won't listen, but there's plenty of women in other countries to choose from who didn't give their youth away to a bunch of random men. Number 2.
I hate to break it to you girlies, but if your stick is hating men, you're just as bad as a pick-me. Y'all have a whole pages on TikTok talking about how terrible men are. Every single post is about a man. Nothing that they do is right. You have never seen a good man a day in your life, including your own father. We get it. But please understand, when y'all make these posts calling out pick-me's, that's low-key your long-distance cousin. Because at the end of the day, both of y'all are equally obsessed with men for two separate reasons, right? She wants all the love and affection, and you just want to have disdain for them. But at the end of the day, both of y'all worlds revolve around men, and it's just weird. And just because somebody does not agree with every single post that you have just dragging men doesn't mean that they're pick-me's, right? Because remember back in the day when the term pick-me actually meant something, right? It used to mean a dangerous woman, but now it's just a woman who doesn't hate men. The crazy part about it is that y'all are not even aware of y'all actions, right? Y'all will make a post like, I don't understand how pick-me women even survive. How can your whole entire life be revolve around a man when your whole life revolves around a man? She just wants to love. You just want to hate. But at the end of the day, y'all both wake up thinking about men.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
And she's on point. And those same man-hating women, if a good-looking man pulls up in a fancy car and appears to have a lot of money and told her that he'll spend it on her, she'll jump her man-hating ass right in the car with him and head out. Number 3.
Women who treat you poorly are not going to treat you better, even if you try harder.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
100% true. If she's disrespectful to you in the beginning, she'll continue to be disrespectful no matter what you do. Throw it back in the ocean and find another one. Now stick around, fellas, because the last one is the one that every man needs to hear. Number 4.
What is your best advice to single girls in New York City? I met my husband on the streets of New York by going up to him and talking to him first. So my best advice is, if you have this energetic feeling, this magnetic feeling that you need to talk to him or meet him, don't be afraid to go up to him yourself and just start a conversation. What was your line to him? Do you need a parking spot?
That's right, ladies. It has come to this. If you don't speak up, chances are he's not going to say anything to you. So if you don't want to grow old and alone, you better open your mouth and say something. Number 5.
Women never, ever, ever lie.
What?
Women never, ever, ever lie. Never do they lie. She showed you her red flags from day one.
Oh, okay, because I was about to say.
You chose to ignore them. Might show it simply by how she dresses, and she might show you that she might be provocative, or she might show you with her sexual behavior. She might show you through how she is as a parent. She might not have kids and not prioritize them, or she may have denied another man access to the children, and you think you're going to be captain stepdad and you're going to save the day, but the reality is she showed you that she denies men access to the children, and myself included. We show men all of our red flags. Now we pick the man that allows us to get away with the most nonsense. Now, if you don't have many red flags as a woman, what will happen is you attract a man with really clear boundaries. But a woman filled with red flags will only select a man who's filled with low self-esteem.
Exactly. Men are constantly ignoring this huge red flag. She'll test you to see what type of nonsense you'll let her get away with. And if you let her mistreat you and walk all over you, you're the man that she's looking for. Men who know their worth do not allow women to walk all over them. She nailed it with this one. Number 6.
Women are always complaining about how horrible men are, but you're always pregnant. You're sleeping with these horrible men.
Oh my God!
You're raising these horrible men. You're having babies with these horrible men. If I was a man, I wouldn't think I was horrible. I would think I am the this woman is putting her life on the line to give birth to my offspring, and I'm horrible?
How do you do that? How do you do that?
Oh, my husband is so horrible. So you mean you were that desperate that you chose to marry a man who didn't fit all of your standards, or he didn't even lead himself nowhere, and you expected him to lead your family somewhere? Who is the horrible one?
Yep, she'll skip right past the good guy and go to the guy who treats her like garbage. Number 7.
Do y'all ever look at your check and just like, I'm so happy that I'm a woman? Because like, sometimes you're making the same amount as a man and like, they pay for fucking everything. I mean like, everything. Just think about it. Like when you go on a date, first date, like obviously if a man doesn't pay, you're not going to give him a second date. But just imagine if you and this man make the same amount of money and he's expected to pay for like first, second, third date and like the majority of stuff. Like, of course we pay for stuff too, but like the guys are just expected. Like if a guy does not pay for the first date, are you gonna go back out with him? No, probably not.
Are you kidding me?
Now imagine your salary, but having to actually spend it on somebody else and still keep up the expensive habits that you have. Like still keeping up your makeup, still keeping up your hair. The hair is expensive. We already know how much hair is. Still keeping up, I don't know, whatever your bad habit, mine is travel, whatever, and having to include another person. Like, damn, when that bill come, like, ugh, that's my hungry again. Damn.
Huh?
Now, she wasn't going in on women, but she did come to the realization of what men have been dealing with financially since the beginning of time, and she posted it. So kudos to this young lady. Number 8.
And women today, like the modern women, they want the aesthetics of what a man is, but they actually don't want a man because they don't want to be submissive. And I know that's a word thrown out there. Submissive as in respect, being the peace, the calm, always, right? So if a lion is roaring, you have to learn how to quiet, you know? So it's just like, women don't want to be submissive. Women don't want to be corrected.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Turnaround Siri will continue.
The man is not appreciated until he's gone. No man is appreciated, because if he's been there from the time he's been with her, his presence make her feel like you take it for granted. That's why when people die, you so crazy, because you took it for granted and you don't know what you had until it's gone. See, a man can't be measured until he's gone. You can't measure me while I'm here.
That's the scariest shit.
See, and that's what they trying to do as a high value man. You trying to measure me while I'm here. And you trying to measure me without knowing whatever skeletons and demons that could come out the closet later down the road. True. See, there's 2 dates that people focus on. Birthdays, celebrate the shit after birthdays, and death dates. And in the process of looking on the birthday and looking on the date you die, you overlook that little dash in the middle. That's the man. Yeah. What do they say once you gone?
Ladies, some of y'all really need to stop it. Some of y'all are really out here trying to gaslight men into believing that everything that they do to be nice, to be courteous, to be a provider, to be respectable as a man is like the bare minimum, quote unquote. Like, y'all really out here telling men every time that they do something and they're just looking for a little appreciation, that like they shouldn't even be expecting appreciation, because whatever they're doing is kind of like putting your pants on. Like, you want me to celebrate you putting your pants on? Nah, bruh, you're gonna have to do more than that. I want you to understand that if a man is paying the bills and he's taking care of you, and that man is not your husband, that he's already going above and beyond. So when we talk about bare minimum, it doesn't even apply in those situations. The only man who is obligated to take care of a woman for any reason is either her father or her husband. Like, I want to keep that a buck with you. I want to be really clear. Y'all boyfriends, they're not obligated to be paying your bills. They're not. Even your husband is not necessarily obligated to be paying your bill, but like the fact that y'all don't want to give kudos, something as simple and small and free as appreciation, baffles me. Men aren't out here asking for a lot, kind of like, you know, what women are doing, women expecting all of these things. They're not saying you need to give me a child so that I know that you'll be able to have children before I get married with you, because I wouldn't want to be stuck, you know, how women are saying you need to prove that you're going to provide for me, take care of all my bills, support my livelihood, and not require that I do anything in exchange so that, you know you're going to be a good husband. Like, we need to get real with ourselves. What they say? Be effing for real.
We now return to Turnaround Siri.
We're the only nation of women that say they don't need a man, and you have all these other nations. Those women aren't saying that because they know the greatness and the importance of a man being around, not just financially, but for beyond that. It's beyond finances. It's for the structure. It's for the balance.
And unfortunately, too many women in Western culture are acting masculine, so the balance is going to always be off. Number 9.
I think it's so funny when I first meet somebody and they like, damn, why are you single? Why are you still single? Stick around. You about to find out.
But wait,
You know how a lot of these Western women act like they can do no wrong? Well, here's one that admits it. She's going to be a pain in your ass. Thank you for posting this, ma'am. Greatly appreciated. Number 10.
Why are men expected to act like a husband in a boyfriend stage, but you don't feel as though you need to act like a wife in a girlfriend stage until somebody chooses to make you a wife?
Gotcha.
Exactly. Then they want to use the Bible verse, he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. If he's showing husband qualities, then you have to show wifey qualities. If not, next.
Y'all are literally admitting to doing half shit and then wondering why you still are not a wife. And they got the audacity to be complaining about why Suzanne's a wife before you.
Homie, don't play that.
You haven't showed anything. You're doing what any other do. Stand out.
Proverbs 31:29. Many daughters have done well, but she outshines them all. If you're doing what all the rest of the women are doing, you'll get the same results as the rest of the women. Number 11.
So my thing is, why are a lot of women so against 50-50 in regards to being in a relationship, but completely fine with it when there's a divorce?
Exactly. Number 12.
Honestly, I just can't keep up, because you could cook for a man and hear you bitches go talking about, oh, you don't do that for a man. That's girlfriend.
Stop the cap.
Boom, you become a girlfriend. You buy a man some shit. Oh, you don't do that. That's wife shit. Well, what the fuck do y'all want me to do? How the am I supposed to get from point A to point B to point C if y'all telling me I'm not supposed to do anything? What the am I supposed to do? Like, somebody tell me some, because I think you're supposed to be doing this when you show somebody you like and love them and and here you just go saying I'm not supposed to be doing what the are you supposed to do? Like,
you're supposed to stop listening to these miserable single women and stand out just like you're doing. Just like I mentioned before, Proverbs 31:29. Many daughters have done well, but she outshines them all. Put your best foot forward with the man that you feel is the one for you, and stop listening to these miserable single women.
Turnaround series will continue.
You know what? Y'all women don't want no good man. No, y'all don't. Y'all want the thugs. Yeah, y'all want the guys that's gonna break your heart. Yeah, you do. You keep on talking to the same type of dudes. Yes, you do. Be quiet. You do. You don't want the good guys, the simps. The guys that stay in the house and won't cheat on you. You don't want him. He too boring, right? He too lame. He's not attractive. Girl, you better enjoy that peace that comes with that man. That man offers peace that you ain't never had in your entire life. You hear me? You better get with that man because of what he can do for your soul. You better get with that man for what he can do for your soul. Not for what he can do. Oh, he look good out here. Oh, he fine. Oh, baby, that don't mean anything. The older you get, you want peace and stability and love. That's it. That's all you should ever want from a man. Stop saying y'all want a good man when you ain't even attracted to what a really good man offers you, okay?
You know, it's sad that you feel like you're playing that man, and he's a good man, and you think that treatment's not coming back around to you. That might not come from him, but it will come back to bite you. And when you lose that man, the worst part about that is knowing that you lost him, and he was good, and somebody else found him and treating him like he's supposed to be treated, while you end up with the scum of the earth, who treats you even worse than you treated the last man. Don't ask me how I know. I just do. Baby, you ain't gotta listen to me. Just keep on living.
Don't mess around and lose a good man because you're a toddler in your emotions. And practical advice that I would give to just growing in your emotional maturity, stability, right? Being grounded emotionally. It's like, just as much as you fight to be cute, to be a boss chick, fight to be a peacemaker. Fight to be a person that can go in a room and stabilize it. Fight to be the nurturer that you are. You're a nurturer. And that's something that, even though I believe that we're created to be that way, it's still something you have to wake up and be intentional about. So practically going out of your way. reading those books, watching those YouTubes. I remember a moment that I had with my husband and we were in the house and I could see in his eyes, I'm like, oh, he's about to leave me. Like, he's gone. He's tired of me emasculating him. He's tired of my inability to just shut up, hear his point, and not cut him off. And when I saw that look in his eyes, I said, wait a minute. It's a woman that will hop over me to get to you. Let me get this together. And so practically just literally getting up and, okay, why am I this way? Oh, I saw my mama do this. Okay, let me break this generational thing. Let me get my prayer bag. Let me start watching some YouTube, some older women that went through this. How did they navigate being able to grow in their emotions? And so practically, like, just be aggressive about your emotional maturity.
Why do you think certain women actually can't appreciate that good man that they actually said that they wanted?
I think it's kind of hard to appreciate something you've never seen a true example of. A lot of women grow up in households to where a real man is not there. They watch their mama cycle through men who living off their mama, who they paying his car note, he's sleeping on her couch, things of that nature, and then they go out and date what's familiar. And sometimes what's familiar could be detrimental as hell to you, but it's comfortable at the same time, because this is all I know, right? So when I run into a man who's quote unquote good, he doing shit that I ain't never seen. He's showing me things that are uncomfortable for me. I'm used to toxicity. My mama had a toxic man. My auntie had a toxic man. My sister had a toxic man. My baby daddy was a toxic man. So again, if that's all I've ever seen, if I run into something that foreign, I'm gonna be a little uncomfortable with that. So a lot of women, and unfortunately, a lot of women gotta lose a great man to learn how to appreciate him. But as long as the lesson is learned.
There's only 14 that's been made.
Trev? You wanna know what men want? We hate the fact that y'all don't take accountability. You rather shut down, flip the script, start crying, turn red, act like you can't breathe and you gonna die and you got the hiccups.
You're right.
We hate that. It is so annoying because it's rare y'all ever wrong. And then the one time you wrong, you gonna die from it.
Right. You're right.
We gotta admit we wrong even when we not. We gotta admit we wrong all the time. This is what men want.
I think I have just lost the one person that I've prayed for, all because of my self-sabotaging tendencies. God forbid I actually accept good things that are happening to me, because I'm so used to it being a mess. I'm so used to it being toxic. And here I am in the face of a non-toxic situation, in the face of a God-fearing man, in the face of a family man, an amazing person. And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And I think I've just lost. I think I just lost the opportunity to experience something I've never experienced before.
The reason why women regret losing a good man is because she realizes that she was actually the problem, but her immaturity blinded her from actually seeing that and loving him correctly. The best way to get a woman to regret losing you is by being a good person who's genuine, honest, words matching your actions, good character, and you just take care of yourself and you're confident. If you can do all of that while you're with her and after you are with her, yeah, you're a success. And to the people telling me, oh, this doesn't work for me, that doesn't work for me, that's because that's the reality that you have, and you are literally insecure. That's why you're saying that things aren't working out for you and that women don't like you and that women don't find you attractive, is because you already think that. And when you have that mindset, women are repulsed by it. So obviously it doesn't work for you because you talk down on yourself on the internet to strangers.
Women do not say sorry. Women do not apologize. Instead, women gaslight men into apologizing for things that they're not even at fault for. And then these same women will sit there and wonder why their relationships don't work out. I'm sorry, they won't sit there and wonder why their relationships don't work out, because that would take some self-accountability and reflection, because that would take some real work, right? That would take some real accountability. So instead, they take the easy way out. They blame men.
I'm just saying, if a man's ambitious, passionate, He's also willing to make you happy. He wants to protect you and he wants to take care of you and he respects you. You gotta like change, because if he realizes that he deserves better and he won't go back to you anymore, but you want to show him that you changed, that is so complicated. So if a man does all of this and you're taking him for granted, think about it again. Work with me 101. It'll be in my bio. Check out my YouTube.
We now return to Turneround Siri.
Number 13.
So I've been seeing this stuff going around social media where 1 minute ladies want to be independent, do their own thing, and then the next they want a man to take care of them. So my question is, women, as a collective, what do we really want? We keep saying we fighting for equality, which I don't know why. We already have equality. There's no reason to fight for something we already have, because the women before us already did that. So we fought for equality, and we were saying we were so oppressed and we couldn't work and the man wouldn't let us do anything. Now we're able to work, and now a man say, hey, you work now, you should contribute to the household. Now it's, why do I have to contribute? Another thing that's annoying, why is, as black people, we're always comparing ourselves to other races? Stop acting like black men are the only ones asking for a woman to help out in the household. That is not the case. How many times you seen other race of women helping out in the household or helping out outside of the household? So we have to choose. Either we want to work and be independent and help out, or we want to be oppressed and sit at home and cook and clean.
And I vote, if you're a woman and you still don't know which way to go, stay independent, and by all means, do not date, and under no circumstances should you accept any help or any money from a man. Number 14.
Most women that say they want a good man, if you bring her one right now, she probably gonna f it up. Them saying that they're single by choice is because they've been unsuccessful in finding one.
Nuff said. Number 15.
The older you get, like, the more content you become with being single. Like, let's talk about it. Like, the older you truly get, like, you don't want to be with no... It's no fucking lying. This shit sucks. Like, what the fuck? I'm finna crash out.
How? Hold on, bro. How?
Thank you, young lady, for showing us how these women who claim that they're okay with being alone really feel. Number 16.
The feminist movement is one of the biggest reasons for the divorce rate, because women have become so masculine. Woman gets in her masculine energy. A lot of times she'll be disrespectful to her husband. And men don't do well with disrespect. There's surveys that say that 80% of men say they would rather be alone and unloved than to be disrespected. And see, the feminist movement has taken it so far over the years to, it's not just equal rights anymore. Now it's men are being diminished and devalued and demoralized. What do we need men for? We don't need men. We can buy our own cars and we can vote. We can make our own money, run our own business. We can even have babies without men. And that makes men feel awful. A man doesn't feel he has anything to contribute to that woman's life. He's got to move on down the road.
Thus, the birth of the Passport Bro movement. Number 17.
Y'all didn't want boyfriends. Y'all didn't want partners. Y'all did not want husbands. Y'all wanted fathers. Like, can we just cut, like, the BS? Y'all wanted to redo daughterhood.
What?
This is not about wealth building. The conversation is not rooted in helping the kids to build knowledge and wealth. The conversation is not about creating businesses and generating cash and revenue on a day-to-day basis. The conversation is always about how women can be taken care of even when they don't have any money.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yep, expecting a man to pay for everything while she pays for nothing and does nothing in return.
Bro, I'm out, man.
Number 18.
Ladies, stop playing with these men's feelings. People think I'm crazy because I won't just go out on random dates with men as long as I'm not going on a date in almost 3 years. And people be like, girl, just hang out with somebody. Let somebody treat you to dinner. No, I don't play no games with these crazy men, because there are too many women just like this woman who was unalived by a man that you can clearly tell she truly was not interested in, but he was interested all the way in her.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
You can't be playing games with these men that you know you really are not interested in.
I'm here to tell you right now, We don't care.
She's absolutely right, especially in this day and age with the economy being as bad as it is, with everything skyrocketing in prices. Playing with these men and their money, you're gonna mess around and wake up dead.
Oh, this is a big one.
And now, the one I feel is the best advice a woman can give a man. Listen closely, fellas. This one is gold.
Here is the hard truth, fellas. Being handsome doesn't keep a woman. Being honest doesn't keep a woman. Being loyal doesn't keep a woman. Being there for a woman doesn't keep a woman. Treating a woman well doesn't keep a woman. Making an effort doesn't keep a woman. Caring about a woman doesn't keep a woman. Spending time with a woman doesn't keep a woman. You could have the best intentions. You could have the most sincere feelings. And you could be a good man and still wouldn't be able to keep a woman. Because the only way to keep a woman is if that woman wants to be kept by you. You can't force a woman to be with you. You can't beg a woman to stay with you. You can't make a woman to love you. A woman that wants to be kept when the relationship gets hard will do everything to fight for you. Because a woman only fights for a fella she wants to belong to. So if she isn't fighting for you when things get hard, she doesn't want to be kept by you.
Stay put, fellas, because when I come right back, I'm going to give you guys another free theoretical thought to conclude today's episode right after these messages.
All right, y'all. There's apparently some outrage about that new song that I believe his name is Brandon Jamal created about single moms. And so to that, I just want to say and highlight a few things for you. So one, being a single mom is something that in only America, people wear as a badge of honor. So, I mean, it's as simple as it's now part of your introduction. Hi, my name is such and such, and I'm a single mom. Like, nobody asked. This is not about your kids. Nobody asked. I've never heard a parent who is in a married two-parent household identify that when introducing themselves, but I digress. Two, if you have an issue with a song about being a single mom, then you should also have an issue about the songs that say baby daddies are deadbeats. I'm just going to say, like, fair is fair, right? You don't want to be put into a bucket, then you shouldn't be putting other people into a bucket. So, just going to put that out there. And then also, I just want you to know that in the cases where you become a single parent because you become a widow or widower, or, you know, the small margin of people who have extenuating circumstances, that's one thing. But if you become a single mom because you were sleeping with people and ended up pregnant and weren't in a committed relationship and like chose to keep the baby, like, I just want you to know that there were several choices in there that got you to that particular state. And I know it's unpopular. I know it hurts sometimes to have to take accountability, but I really think that we just need to start. Because his song, I'm gonna be honest, there weren't, at least in the hook, there weren't lies. He just explained what happened and how he got there. So yeah, let's try it. Let's all do better. Okay? Some of y'all can't understand for the life of you why it is your dude doesn't want to talk to you. Why he would rather talk to a bartender or a stripper. Why he would rather call the homies or crash out on a game. Why he would rather go anywhere or sit in a parking lot for that matter than come in the house and deal with talking to you. Why? Why won't he talk to me? I'm here. I ask him about his day. Let me tell you. Your dude probably doesn't want to talk to you because 9 out of 10 times at some point he tried to open up, he tried to be vulnerable, and you shut him down. Or you've been asking that question, but you've clearly been asking it because at the end of that sentence, you're going to want something in return. Or, yeah, let's get on to what really matters. Or, why are you acting like that? Like, aren't you supposed to be a man? Like, just deal. If you've done any of those dismissive things during a time when he's been vulnerable or upset and he's trying to confide in you, his partner, just understand you burnt that bridge. You're not going to get another opportunity. you're going to literally have to pry it out of him because he no longer trusts that you're a safe place. So, what do? You keep trying. You don't give up. You don't dismiss it. If you actually want a relationship and you've grown and you realize the error of your ways, you realize you've been dismissive, you realize that you've been impatient, you realize you truly haven't been a great partner, be honest. Tell him. Because he already knows it. You have to show him you can be vulnerable too. And you have to show him you can admit when you were wrong. And if you've actually grown, part of growing up is owning your mistakes and then being better. So, should you quit or should you try again? The choice is really yours. But stop blaming him for not feeling comfortable being vulnerable with you.
Ladies, some of y'all really need to stop it. Some of y'all are really out here trying to gaslight men into believing that everything that they do to be nice, to be courteous, to be a provider, to be respectable as a man is like the bare minimum, quote unquote. Like, y'all really out here telling men every time that they do something and they're just looking for a little appreciation, that like they shouldn't even be expecting appreciation because whatever they're doing is kind of like putting your pants on. Like, you want me to celebrate you putting your pants on? Nah, bruh, you're gonna have to do more than that. I want you to understand that if a man is paying the bills and he's taking care of you and that man is not your husband, that he's already going above and beyond. So when we talk about bare minimum, it doesn't even apply in those situations. The only man who is obligated to take care of a woman for any reason is either her father or her husband. Like, I want to keep that a buck with you. I want to be really clear. Y'all boyfriends, they're not obligated to be paying your bills. They're not. Even your husband is not necessarily obligated to be paying your bill, but like the fact that y'all don't want to give kudos, something as simple and small and free as appreciation, baffles me. Men aren't out here asking for a lot, kind of like, you know, what women are doing, women expecting all of these things. They're not saying you need to give me a child so that I know that you'll be able to have children before I get married with you, because I wouldn't want to be stuck, you know, how women are saying you need to prove that you're going to provide for me, take care of all my bills, support my livelihood, and not require that I do anything in exchange so that, you know you're going to be a good husband. Like, we need to get real with ourselves. What they say? Be effing for real.
And now, Turnaround's theoretical thought. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is, and this is always my favorite part of the segment. Once again, it's time for another edition of Turnaround's Theoretical Thought with yours truly, because in just a moment, I'm about to give you fellas another free theoretical thought based on today's episode about these 19 women going off on these modern women when it comes to a good man to their caliber. Here's your theoretical thought for today. Every woman that has said what they said on that video is nothing but straight facts. Fellas, please take heed and take notes, because there are still some real good women out here that can love you for you and don't have to ask you for one dime when it comes to loving you for you. That's your theoretical thought for today. And this concludes another edition of Turnaround Theory for today. Hey, listen, let me know what you think in the comment section below concerning today's video. And as a constant daily reminder, I do want to remind you to please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my official YouTube channel. It would in fact help out, and it will be beneficial for the YouTube algorithm. And please don't forget to click on that post notification bell, because you, my friends, will instantly be notified every single time your boy posts up and upload more additional content onto the channel. For Turnaround Theory, I'm Mr. Turnaround, aka Tenacious T. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you right back here next week for another edition of Turnaround Theory.